What is going on, mortals? Mortal T here, and welcome to How to Tame, where I will be covering all the tameable dinos in Ark. And today's dino is the well, I forgot the Diplo something. Can't get too close. So even though these aren't particularly aggressive, if you get in their way, they will knock you back. So yeah, that is what we're going to be taming, and that's what we're going to be going over. How to tame with stunt mammoth on top of that. But yeah, so this is another different time of well, it's not different. It's different in the way that you can tame it both ways. Yes, that is right. You can either passive tame it, or you can knock it out. I know that is really weird, but it is true. I've got the kibble for it right here. It is Listro kibble. I'm going to put it in my last slot, and then the next thing we are going to do, if you want to passive tame this, we're going to put in on a full set of ghillie. Hides us better than normal stuff, so we're going to go close and see if we can try and passive tame this without knocking it out. So feed. Oh, it's nearly done. It's only going to take 2. I thought it, because it's so big, I thought it was only going to take. I thought it was going to take a hell of a lot more than just 2. This is going to be a lot different on official servers. It's going to take a hell of a lot more kibble to tame a 150 up. I just want to warn you guys who play on official servers. This is going to take roughly about 116 kibble for a 150 to tame up. Now that is a lot of kibble. That's a lot of Listro eggs. And I really don't advise it. It's not hungry yet. But anyway, the Listro kibble. How to make the Listro kibble, just in case you're going to use it anyway. So you're going to need a Listro egg, 1 rock carrot, 1 cooked prime meat or prime jerky, 2 medjool berries, or 3, not all, and 3 fibre. And obviously you can cook all this in the cooking pot or the industrial cooker. Let's, please say you're hungry again. Still not hungry. Okay, this would now I don't know what would be easier, knocking it out or passive taming. Not too sure what would be quicker. Knocking it out probably would take a long time, but for it to actually eat its food would probably be a bit quicker. With passive taming, you don't have to knock it out, so you're not wasting a lot of other resources on it. Am I in your way? You're not gonna nudge me? No? Okay. So yeah, passive taming, you don't have to knock it out, so you don't have to waste other resources on knocking it out. But I think it takes longer for a passive tame to tame. But it's up to you, mortals, what you decide on a passive tame or a knockout tame. But I've decided passive tame, and it's taking forever to get hungry again. Absolutely forever. Now I don't know why that is, but kibble is not the only way you can tame this creature. There are other ways to tame it. So vegetables are the next best thing. So that's rock carrots, citronal, and all them. The 4 vegetables that you can grow in a greenhouse, they are the next best thing. But if you are taming a 150 like this, you're gonna need a hell of a lot of vegetables just to tame it. So I wouldn't really advise it, because oh no, the conversion works out about 797 vegetables that you are going to need just to try and tame a 150 of these. Now that's a bit much. But luckily enough, you can tame it with berries, and I mean any kind of berries. The best, obviously, is medjool berries, but other than that, you can tame it with any type of berries. So you can just go around picking up a lot of berries and dumping it into its inventory, and then just leaving it to tame. It's still not hungry. Oh my god. So I think berries is probably the way to go. Fair enough, you're not going to get a perfect tame, not even close to it. but I would not like to waste 116 listro kibble or 797 vegetables just to try and tame this, because this hasn't really got a lot of features, to be perfectly honest. It's a passive dino through and through. It does not do any kind of attacks. It does not do damage to any creature. And we go. There, it's tamed. So I just want to make that absolutely clear, that this is not a dino to get if you want to do damage to something, because it doesn't do damage to anything. It's actually kind of a unique feature that it has got, that it doesn't do damage. Whoa, calm down. Stop. So yeah, it has got a knockback effect. That's all it's got. If a dino it's in its way, it will just constantly knock it back with its long neck. It will just knock it back all the time, just keep knocking it back and doing absolutely no damage to it. But you can get a saddle for these, which you do unlock at level 32. We'll put it on. Now this is a really big saddle because the Diplo is kind of the bus of Ark. It can transfer a lot of players to a different area. So I want to try and show you this knockback. Okay, I don't think it works on my dinos. Yeah. It was knocking this back before. Do I have to get closer maybe? No, okay, I don't think it works on these dinos. But yeah, like I was saying, this is kind of the bus of Ark because it's got so many seats on its saddle. It is ridiculous. So I want to try something that's smaller. It isn't going to aggro onto me really if I just knock it back. Let's try this. Da, da, da. So, get back. And it harvests thatch at an extreme rate. So there you go. It knocked that rhino back, but the rhino is still not aggressive towards me. It will not attack me. Because all I am doing is knocking it back. I'm not actually giving it any damage or anything like that. I'm just giving it a knockback so it gets out of the way. So yeah, that is its only attack. It does harvest berries, and as you just saw, it did get a lot of thatch from that. But other than that, it hasn't really got a lot of uses, apart from transporting a lot of players on a server. As you can see, it's got 5 seats either side, so that's 10 players plus the person who is going to be maneuvering or riding the actual Diplo. So, as we'll go in, we can ride, but it's got passenger seats here. Passenger seats. So then you got right side, then you got the left side. So we'll take 2 seats right. And here we are. We're on the right side. Now we cannot do nothing from here. We can get our gun and stuff like that to help out with stuff that might be attacking. You cannot go in orbital cam, which is kind of annoying. You cannot go in third person. So yeah, it's just useful to transport players from one place to another pretty fast, to be perfectly honest, because if you pump movement speed on these, they can move pretty fast. And with its knockback maneuver, as long as the Diplo is rather fast, nothing is really going to be able to keep up with it, because I've just pumped a bit of movement speed. It's on what? It's on 164. And it's moving pretty fast. Now, I know it doesn't look like it, but it is, for a dino, it is moving pretty fast. Now, unfortunately, it cannot use its attack to nudge stuff out the way and run at the same time. Boom. That's a black sheep. Black sheep in Ark. That's a 125. Holy crap. So yeah. Let's turn around, please. Turn. Thank you. So yeah, that is the Diplo. Not a lot to it. It doesn't do any kind of attack. well, any kind of attack that does damage. It only has a knockback effect, and its main use is for transporting players around the map. But anyway, I hope you found it informative. If you ever do go and tame one of these, you know what the uses are for it now, and you know how to tame it. So I just hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to show that like button. Who's boss? By punching it in the face. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to click that subscribe button. And as always, mortals, don't forget to share it with your family and your friends and around the world. But that is it. I am Mortal T, and I am out.